Hello, I'm Nash Wegner, a student at Olds College, and today we'll be showing you an assignment that we had to do a video for. We have a total of 11 questions we need to show you, starting with number 1. Write a program that will syringe the entire golf course for 3 minutes per rotor. This program can only run once and must disappear automatically after it is run. So to do this, we'll go into our Rainbird Cirrus software here, and you'll be on the home page, and we'll first start by clicking the simple irrigation. We'll start here, and then we'll go new simple irrigation event. Name that whatever, 3 minutes. So you want the whole course, front and back 9. This is your minutes here, so 3 minutes on tees or greens, 3 minutes tees, 3 minutes fairways, 3 minutes aprons, 3 minutes perimeter, 3 minutes rough. Then we'll just turn that to go on at, we'll turn on for 8 and one time only. This one time only means it'll delete after you start this program. You hit the start button up here. Then once you've done that, you go up here to this right here, the next program start. Then you go to simple irrigation. This will tell you if you have a name 3 minutes, it'll start at 8 p.m. And then once it actually runs through this program, it'll be deleted.
Alright, so I'm just going to tackle question number 2 here. So we've got well watering the whole golf course for the default time. Shut off the following areas: greens 2, 5, 7, 14, 18, tees 3, 5, 8, 13, 17, approaches 1, 2, 5, 6, 12, and 14, so they won't run with the other areas. So I'll go over to my Rainbird here. Built a program where I've broken it up for greens, tees, fairways, approaches, perimeter, and rough for the entire course. And it's really easy to shut this stuff off. You just go into greens here, and I've just got the holes. So 2, 5, 7, 14, 18 shut off for greens. Tees, it's the same thing. So you just go in here and click this little on-off checkbox, and that'll keep it from running for whatever stations you want. We've got some approaches shut off here. That's pretty much all there is to keeping stations from running.
Alright, so I'm just going to explain question number 4 now. So the question is, how long is the projected time for all areas to run if the recommended amount of irrigation is based on 0.25 inches of irrigation? So what I did for this question was I went into program detail, and then I set up my programs. So what I did was for greens, went to the quicker method, and then I put in my name up here. So I would type in greens, I would enter a start time. So what I did was I just entered in 8 a.m. Made sure to do the front and the back on the holes. For the area on the greens, went to all. And then once I did that, pressed OK. And then I changed my run time here. Or the water, the base water budget, went to 185, pressed OK. So once I did that, I did the same process for tees, fairways, approaches, and rough. Just entered my numbers. So once I did that, I went into the view schedules, saw that everything was at the base run time of 10, which was good. So I went into dry run, entered in my start time for my dry run, and when I wanted to end my dry run, the stop time. So I went in dry run and just started the dry run. Once we gathered my information, I went into the schedule log and just figured out how long it took to complete it. We found for me it was 13 hours to complete the greens, tees, fairways, approaches, and the rough.
Alright, I'm going to go through question number 3 here. So it says, well watering from an ET-based program. Change the fairways and holes 3, 4, 5, 10, 12, and 18 to irrigate for 10% longer than the rest. So I'll jump into the Rainbird software here and I'll kind of show you guys the program. So we're just going to go into our fairways for the program here. And on this first page, we have to make sure that the ET box is checked so that we're running on a ET-based program for the weather station. then for adding the 10%, it's pretty simple. You just go into the water meter here and you just set up to 110%. Hit OK, and then whatever the ET tells the stations to run for, it's just going to add an extra 10% onto that. You just go through and do it for all the holes that it asks for.
Alright, so I'm just going to explain how I did question number 5. So the question is, the following fairways are sunny on the right side, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8. Create a program that only waters these areas. So what I did was I went into the Rainbird software. I went into the main menu. I went to Program Builder. Then I went to Add Program. And then I entered in program name. So as you can see on the left side, I did fairways 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then you can do the program type either standard or the quick IRR. I did standard. I went to OK after that. So once you do that, you go into the program, go to add a schedule, and then you can name your schedule name. So usually just go schedule, then you have your schedule number, 1 or 2. And for the scheduling, you want to go by station. So once you do that, you'll hit OK. As you can see on the left side here for mine, I have schedule 1, and then I linked all my heads on the right side of the fairway. So as you can see, hole 7 all along the right side to the green, hole 8 all along the right side of the fairway down to the green. And then once you want to run this, you will go to the main menu, go back to your map, and then you will press start. And then once you press start, you will see the flow in the middle of the map start to go, and your heads will be running. Go into the program, press start, and then you'll see the flow on the menu there, and the heads will be turned on. It's not doing that for me. Okay, so once I got to the schedule, once I created it, you'll go into schedule, and then you'll press start, and then as you can see, the gallons per minute is showing in this bar up here, and your heads will be flashing red to show that they have turned on. So as you can see down here, they're flashing red on just the right side of the fairway, which means that you have done this properly and your heads are all running on the right side of the fairway for those specific holes.
Hey guys, I'm Riot, and today I will be doing a question for designing a program that waters all the back 9 fairways in reverse order from green to tee. Each fairway must be able to be manipulated, for example, changing the water budget, and holes 17 and 18 can only be watered every 3rd night. So the way that I built this was I went into the map here, and you can see I do have a program here, but how I built that was by going over here and choosing the program builder, and then I just created a program, named it back 9 in reverse, and then I added my schedules, which I'll open up here, which are just the back 9 holes. And by clicking on 18 here, it'll kind of show you how I started up the station. So I started on the green and moved my way from the front of the fairway all the way to the tees. So it's very simple. And then to kind of show you what that looks like in the actual program, go back here, go to my programs. Here you got my main program called back 9 in reverse. You can adjust the time, water budget, schedule in here, or you can go in deeper and all my stations that I have set up. And as you can see on 18 and 17, I have set it up so that it will be watering every 3rd night. and you can change the water budget here so everything can be manipulated like that.
Hello, I'm Nash, and I'm going to be going over question number 7, which is setting up smart alarms. And what the question is asking us to do is to create a pause with wind conditions greater than 10 miles an hour and resume it when the wind diminishes below that. Shut down the entire system for a rainfall greater than 5 inches and pause the irrigation system with a rainfall above 3 inches. So when we're in our Rainbird Cirrus here, we'll go to our homepage or here, it doesn't really matter. And we'll click on this here, today's ET and weather data. We'll then go to this little bell here, smart weather. And as you can see, I already have some stuff in here. So how this works is you'll put in, so what else I got? Like another one here, a condition. So let's make a second wind one. That for the comment we'll put is 5 kilometers an hour. And if it's on, which means that if like the actual system is on, and to do what, so you can set it here, so system on, system off, so we can turn it back on, and then to whom it tells you, so like what program. So I only have one program set up here, so you'd click that. You can also set it to a specific schedule, so say you want to do like a specific hole or whatever, you could do that there. I'm just leaving it blank, so it's over the entire course of the program. And that's all there is to it. Basically, whenever there's a wind that is higher than that, it will just shut off the program or just do whatever steps you have here labeled.
Hey guys, I'm back here. I'm going to be showing you how to do question number 8, and that'll be use the freedom command to turn on the 17th green for 5 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and jump into our Rainbird Cirrus software here. And the freedom command is actually in the top bar in the second tab. As you can see, it's crossed out right now, meaning we can't get into it. So I'm going to go back into the first tab and go under the system settings. And in here we have freedom in this box, and I'm just going to click on that and assign it to a port, and it'll be communications 1. Just assign that, and then that'll allow me to have access into the freedom command. I'm going back into tab 2, click on this, and here we have our command where we enter what command we want to put in. I'm just going to click here and go into the designer notes. As you can read, it says for golf, the command we'll be using is pound command, pound hole, pound area, and then stations and time. The default runtime is already 5 minutes, and that is what our question was, so I don't need to insert a time there. And station will just be all the stations, so I don't need to do that either. But the commands here, we'll be using command number 1 just to turn on a station, and you can see there's 6 other commands that we have. So I'm going to go back and insert my command. Load. So here, I'm going to input pound 1 to turn on the station, and then pound 17 for my hole, and then pound 1 for my area, which will be my greens. And as you can see, it'll turn on all the stations for 5 minutes. And that is how you use the freedom command to turn on 17th green for 5 minutes.
Hello everyone. So I'm going to be going over questions number 9 and then the bonus questions. So the first one is how much sand is required to fill all the bunkers to a depth of 8 inches? And the bonus question, which is what is the capacity of the 2 most southeast ponds, assuming a uniform depth of 20 feet? And then following that one, that'll lead into our next question is, assuming that there's no refill in the ponds, how many days capacity do the ponds have if the golf course is watered every night for a default of 10 minutes on every single sprinkler? Okay, so moving into question number 9. So to start it off, we're going to go into solving for the amount of sand required. So we got, using the Rainbird Cirrus software, we got the square footage of all the bunkers, and that came out to 16,936 feet. And then we have a bunker depth of 8 inches. So regarding that, we want to convert that to feet, and that will take us to 0.6667 feet out of 8 inches. After that, we're going to take that next to into our equation here, and that's where you would multiply the areas of the bunkers. So you're taking feet squared and timesing it by bunker depth, which is feet, which will give us more of a volume. So that'll give us the total amount of sand required, and that will be measured in feet cubed to start. So given that, you see here, we have 16,936 feet squared times 0.6667 feet, which equals 11,291 feet cubed. So when we're ordering sand, we pick cubic yards to order our sand in. So we just converted it over to cubic yards, which gives us 418 cubic yards. So therefore, that is the answer to how much sand will be required to fill all the bunkers to a depth of 8 inches on the golf course. Moving into our next question. So we have to solve for the capacity of the 2 southeast ponds on the golf course. So first you need your area of the ponds. We did that again. We got it from the Rainbird Cirrus software. Our total area of the ponds, the 2 ponds, are combined 23,618 feet squared with a pond depth of 20 feet. So therefore, again, we times the area of the ponds times the pond depth, which will give us a volume. And as you see there, it's 23,618 feet squared times 20 feet, which will give us 472,360 feet cubed. Now, feet cubed is not really a good measurement for measuring water, so we're going to convert that over into US gallons. So that conversion takes place right here, and that equals to 3,533,498 gallons. So therefore, the capacity of the 2 ponds on the golf course is the 3,533,498 US gallons. And that goes into our final question. Now we have to figure out how many days capacity both ponds have. All sprinklers are running at 10 minutes per night. So that's pretty much how much water will be left in the ponds after, or how much water will stay in the ponds after all the sprinklers are running for 10 minutes a night. So we took from our spreadsheet here, we had all the GPMs of every single sprinkler head since all of them will be running. So we added those all up, and that will give us 28,078 gallons per minute. Then we multiplied that by 10 minutes, which will give us our total amount of gallons that we'll be using every single day. So that equals 280,078 gallons per night or per day. And we have a pond capacity of 3,533,894 gallons. So in order to determine how many days, all you do is you take the total volume of the ponds and then divide it by how many gallons we are using every day. So as you see there, the final answer is 12.58 days. So at this rate, the ponds will be empty in 12.58 days if we water every night for 10 minutes and use all of the sprinkler heads on the golf course. Thank you.